Okay, get this. You speak almost 4 times faster than you type. So why are we all still hunched over our keyboards all day? Well, the answer might not be what you think.
See, a startup out of San Francisco called Wispr thinks they've cracked the code, and they're making a pretty huge claim. They are killing the keyboard. In this explainer, we're going to dig in and see if they're for real.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to cover the problem they're solving, their solution, the brilliant founders, their insane business model, who's throwing money at them, and what it all means. Let's get to it.
First up, the problem. And let's be totally honest with each other. For years, voice input has just been terrible. We've all been there, right? Yelling at our phones and just getting complete gibberish back.
You're just trying to send a quick text, and what you end up with is this, a complete mess that you have to fix anyway. It's actually more work than just typing it in the first place. Sound familiar?
So yeah, for decades, voice input has been a big, broken promise. It's been a fun gimmick maybe, but not a serious tool you could ever use for actual work. Until now, that is.
And that brings us to the solution, a company that really seems to have built the thing we've all been waiting for. Meet Wispr Flow.
So how does it actually work? Well, it's so simple, it's kind of genius. You just hold down a hotkey, you say whatever's on your mind, and when you let go, boom, perfectly written text appears right where you need it.
But this is where the real magic is. It's not just basic transcription. The AI is the secret sauce. It automatically zaps all your ums and ahs, adds commas and periods in the right places, and even cleans up your casual spoken style into professional written text. And the best part? It works everywhere. Mail, Docs, Slack, you name it.
Okay, but does that AI stuff actually make a difference? Oh yeah, the numbers don't lie. Look at this. Apple's built-in dictation has a 47% word error rate. That's almost half. OpenAI's Wispr, which is really good tech, is still at 27%. Wispr Flow, a tiny 10%. That's the difference between a toy and a professional tool.
So who are the brains behind this whole operation? Well, it's a classic Silicon Valley story. It all started with a couple of roommates at Stanford.
So, meet Tanay Kathari, the CEO. This guy's resume is just wild. He's a 4-time founder. He's on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. He was teaching AI at Stanford, and get this, he sold his first company while he was still an undergrad. His whole goal has been to build a real-life Jarvis from Iron Man. He's getting pretty close.
Then you've got his co-founder and CTO, Sahaj Garg. Not to be outdone, he snagged the top academic honor from Stanford Engineering, was the AI lead at a super advanced computing company, and also published AI research with the legendary Andrew Ng. I mean, come on. This is a team with some serious AI firepower.
Okay, so the tech is incredible, the founders are rock stars, but is it a real business? Let's get into the numbers.
Their business model is super simple. It's $10 a month, no complicated tiers, no fuss, just a clean subscription. And boy, is it working. They've had a 100x increase in users in just 1 year. 100 times. In the startup world, my friends, that is the definition of product market fit. It means you built something people are desperate to get their hands on.
But this next number might be even more impressive. People who try it, they stick around. The average productivity app loses 75% of its users after a year. Wispr keeps 70% of its users. That's just an insane retention rate. Once you start using this, you just can't go back.
And we're not just talking about solo users. We're talking about employees at 270 of the Fortune 500 companies. That is a massive sign of trust from the biggest businesses in the world.
So what's their secret weapon? Their moat? It's not just the tech. It's that they are fundamentally changing habits. Once you get used to the speed of talking, going back to typing feels like trading in your sports car for a tricycle. It's just painfully slow.
Now, when you see numbers like that, you know exactly what comes next. The big-time investors start lining up. And they sure did. They raised a massive $30 million in June, and then turned around and raised another $25 million just 5 months later. That is some serious cash, and it shows you just how much belief there is in what they're building.
All that capital has pushed their valuation to a staggering $700 million. I mean, that's practically knocking on the door of being a billion-dollar unicorn company.
And look who's writing the checks. We're talking about the absolute A-list. Hans Tung, the guy who backed Airbnb, Slack, and TikTok. You've got Stephen Bartlett, host of Diary of a CEO. These aren't just any investors. These guys have a track record of picking winners. That is a huge stamp of approval.
So what's the end game? What's the big conclusion here? Well, this isn't just about making a better dictation app. No, Wispr is playing a much, much bigger game.
The
The market for speech-to-text is already worth almost $4 billion today, and it's on track to more than double in the next 6 years. But Wispr isn't just trying to get a bigger slice of that pie. They're trying to invent a whole new one.
The CEO, Tanay Kothari, put it perfectly. He said the industry treated voice as a feature, not an interface. Think about that. For everyone else, it was an add-on. For Wispr, it's the main event. They're building the operating system of the future where voice is the primary way you interact with everything.
Which leaves us with one final big question. As this technology gets faster and more accurate and smarter, it seems like the real question isn't if the keyboard will die, but when. And when it does, are you going to be ready to make the switch?
And make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Every subscription gives me the motivation to create the next one. I'm already researching another fascinating startup, so don't miss it.